Listen, before we get into this week's video, I want to ask you to do me a favor. You see, I've got a lofty target here on the channel of 1,000 subscribers, and I need all the help I can get getting there. So if you can subscribe to the channel, support the channel by subscribing, that would be amazing. And hopefully we can hit our target. Now, let's go get into this week's Doodle challenge. Hello and welcome back to another Discord Doodle challenge. Listen, I know it's been a couple of weeks since I have actually reviewed one of the Doodle challenges. I've been so unwell, I've just not got around to doing it, but we are back anyway. We're going to review all of the submissions for what was week 31 of the Discord Doodle challenge. Let's go ahead and actually take a look at the doodle for that week. And I had this kind of crown-like doodle for you. So let's go ahead and look at all of the submissions that we had for this week. So clicking away, the first one we have is Cockle. You saw a tiara and a necklace. I love this. I love the fact that you've been able to use it twice, flip it vertically and use it twice in the two different areas. Very nicely done. All the different accessories on there as well. Jewelry can be a really tricky thing to do. I think if we zoom all the way in here, it looks like you've got lots of little details in the actual stone as well. It's such a tricky thing to do. So you did such an awesome job of nailing that. Well done. Cockle, you're up again. You saw a flying elephant. This one's awesome. I love the perspective. The fact it's like looking down on the river below and the forest. Awesome work. Rainbow is up next. You saw the bottom of a nib, and then using it as part of writing was a bit of a struggle, but we got there in the end. It says "Hi Joel" in the text, which I can see, and the fact you've been able to make letters out of that shape is awesome. So very nicely done. I love it, and I love the book effect as well. A little binder as well. Awesome. Cockle's back up again with another one where I think the elephant creativity started to run a little bit into another design. You saw a circus tent with a big elephant balancing on the ball there. Awesome. I love the little silhouettes of the people at the bottom as well. Big tent shape at the top. Love it. Very nicely done. Alex, you are up next. You saw some curtains opening to a drama play. Gotcha. So they're sort of being drawn from the sides at this at the theatre is what I'm looking for. Very nicely done, Alex. Up next is I Hate Sushi, where you've got a beautiful Chinese temple design. I love these buildings. They're so beautiful. We've got the architecture here. This is awesome. Love the subtle highlights and shadows in there. Up next is JD, and you saw a circus tent and changed it into a Christmas tent. Love it. I love the Joel crate across the top as well. A little neon sign, some Christmas trees inside. And of course the doodle's been integrated there to create the very top of the shape. It looks a little bit loose in terms of connection there, but I can see the general concept of it. Very nicely done. Nala is up next. Beautiful work. So we've got the holiday spirit and we've got a circus ride, of course. So a carousel design, and this is just lovely. Really pretty work. Love the fact that you didn't have to put like the cables in there for the lighting. All of these lights are just floating. They look awesome. Really nicely done. I think we've got a few different versions. We've got a dark version as well, and then we've got one with like a watercolor style background. Well, to be fair, it's part of the first one, so nicely done. Up next, we've got Irina and the blueberry design, and you can see the doodle there that's been integrated into this area here of the berry, the sort of tip of the berry. Very nicely done. Also, the textures, by the way, on the blueberries are beautiful. Awesome work. Up next, Froggy, we have a circus design again. So we've got it integrated there into the front. Love the 3D paper cutout effect. Very nicely done. Sometimes with paper cutouts, really easy to drag it too high and you end up with a really long dragging shadow, and it's just simply not necessary. Little subtle shadows are what makes it look really effective, and this is really effective work. And then you've also got the dress as well of a what have you referred to as a woman in a dress and tiara. Very nicely done. Up next we have Ra and a Halloween cobweb style design. So it's been integrated there into the web in the corner. I wanted to do a web design this year for Halloween, but I just never got around to it. So this is really nicely done and very subtle as well. I like it. JD, we have another one, holly leaves, and you can see that it's been integrated there. If I go back to the first image, see it's been integrated here into the holly leaf and then just expanded into this whole beautiful Christmassy themed design. Beautiful work in that, by the way. I Hate Sushi again. You've got a Christmas ornament this time, flipped it. So duplicated it, flipped it, and then you filled in the center. I see now, I see. Very nicely done. Super shiny as well. Very nice work. I Hate Sushi again. We've got two hands holding each other and the outline there again of the two hands connecting. Very, very nicely done. I can see there it goes along the wrist of that one and then up the wrist which is nicely done. I like the fact that the doodle is still kept intact. Looks awesome. Wow, Daddy Wolf is up next. Mouths of some chicks being fed. This is awesome. Very nicely done. So the doodle has been integrated there into the center of the design. This is awesome. I love the fact you kept things to a degree minimal where necessary. For example, the nest at the bottom, just a few sort of extra lines on top. You didn't have to fill the whole thing in. Really nicely done. GC, you're up next. You've got a duplicating kaleidoscope kind of pattern here. So it just duplicates all the way into the distance. And this is just one of those sort of methods that if you can't really see anything, or maybe the idea's already been taken, a kaleidoscope kind of effect can always look really cool. Tommy, we saw a book being opened. Oh, I gotcha. So it's got the kids' feet at the back there and just leaning into the book and enjoying it. And with some additional fold outs as well at the front. This is awesome. Very nicely done. Love the highlights on the face, the details in the face. Awesome. Tate is up next. You saw a hedgehog and an X-ray. Gotcha. So it's a hedgehog being X-rayed. Gotcha. So it's been integrated there at the top. Very cool work. And then this one's beautiful. We've got the jewelry there at the front. Always love your style. Looks very, very nice. We've got a chicken trying on a necklace and then holding up the mirror. Oh, it's just a whole scene, and then you've got it wrapped around the top. This is awesome. Really fantastic work. Nala back again with another one, and you had a tiara as well. So we've got the tiaras on top of all three of the girls, except this one here has fallen. And I love the colors in here. They're so bold and against the sort of background, but they all seem to kind of at the same time complement each other at the same time. It's really lovely work. Cap, you are up next, and then you've got the top of a dress up here on our runway. Love it. It's like a psychedelic laser show in the background. Really, really like this one. Woven Pixels up next. You saw a balloon dog, and you've got the doodle there integrated into the back. I've actually done a balloon dog over on my Patreon. I'll leave a link to that in the description down below. You'll be able to grab that tutorial. Really awesome work here, by the way. This is really nicely done. The thing with a balloon dog as well, there's so many little elements to factor in a highlight and a shadow and everything else, and transparency. It's really tricky, but this is really nicely done. This is just me moaning that I'm not very well. Let's skip over that. We've got Cockle, where you've got it integrated into a Cybertruck. Now, when I saw this, obviously the Cybertruck's got quite sharp edges, and the doodle doesn't necessarily touch. I can see how it might have influenced the shape, but the doodle is not part of the design, in my opinion, on this one. But you've done great on the other ones, of course. It's just always got to be a fundamental part of the actual design that you submit. Strongbird is up next, and the story is that the Chinese character for Trouble depicts two women under one roof. This is not true, nor is it actual Chinese character, as far as I'm aware. Anyway, gotcha. I'm going to move on from that one just in case. Tay is up next. Another one. This is because I wasn't very well. Another submission, and then the chicken has turned to camera, and I love it. Really talented. Very nicely done, Tay. Cockle, you're up next with a trellis bridge over some cliffs. Okay, gotcha. Gotcha. So then we've got all of these beautiful flowers across the top. That's a really, really cool idea for a design, actually. The little trellises. And of course, the doodle's been integrated in there many, many times. Kels is up next, wishing me that I'm better soon, and I am now. And we've got it integrated into the doodle, of course, on the end of the holly. I love this. This is great integration of the doodle and very nicely fitting for the time of year as well. Awesome work. Cockle, you have been really heavily at work in this one, but it's the last one in this week's submissions. You've got a golden throne in a castle. So across the top, again, we've got that kind of draped curtain effect, the top of the seat, and then we've got the gold legs as well. Cockle, another awesome submission. Well, that comes to the end of all of the submissions for week 31. It's now the time when I pick my favorite three. Not necessarily the best three, but always my favorite three out of this week's submissions. I'm going to give third place to Tay and their chicken design. It's just really, really awesome work. Just the style, just fantastic. Really, really like this one. Well done, Tay. I Hate Sushi, I'm going to give second place for their Chinese temple design. Just again, fantastic integration into there, and I just have a sweet spot for the architecture. And in first place, I'm going to go with Kels and their Happy Holidays design. Perfectly fits the time of year. Very nice integration on the end of all of the little pieces of holly. Now, thank you as always for watching another Discord Doodle Challenge. Week 32 will be available right now over on Discord, so you can go ahead and check that out using the link in the description down below. And if you're not yet subscribed to the channel, if you could subscribe, that would be amazing. Help support the channel, take it to new heights. So with all that said, I'll see you in the next one.